Armie Hammer's career, once a shining example of Hollywood success, took a catastrophic turn in early 2021 when a series of disturbing allegations surfaced. The actor, known for standout performances in films like Call Me by Your Name and The Social Network, faced accusations of emotional abuse, sexual misconduct, and even bizarre cannibalistic fantasies. What began with leaked private messages quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal, leaving Hammer ousted from projects, blacklisted by studios, and abandoned by his agency. By March 2021, the Los Angeles Police Department launched an investigation into claims of sexual assault. But by mid-2023, prosecutors announced there was insufficient evidence to press charges. While the lack of criminal charges spared Hammer from legal consequences, his reputation was in tatters, and his Hollywood future seemed all but over. For many, the scandal raised uncomfortable questions about accountability, redemption, and whether someone accused of such serious misconduct could ever regain public trust. Hammer's personal life unraveled alongside his career. Following the allegations, his wife, Elizabeth Chambers, filed for divorce after 10 years of marriage. Hammer was photographed working as a timeshare salesman in the Cayman Islands, a jarring image of a man who had once graced the red carpet at the Academy Awards. In interviews, he admitted to his struggles during this period, revealing a suicide attempt in 2021 and describing it as the lowest point of his life. He also disclosed personal trauma, including being sexually abused by a pastor at age 13, which he said contributed to his destructive behaviors in adult relationships. Despite the depths of his fall, whispers of a potential comeback began in late 2024. Hammer announced his role in an independent Western film, Frontier Crucible, marking his return to acting. He also launched the Armie Hammer Time podcast, a series chronicling his journey of self-reflection and rebuilding. These moves were met with a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and outright criticism. Was Hammer genuinely seeking redemption, or was this a calculated attempt to leverage notoriety for a second chance at fame? Hollywood's reaction to Hammer's return has been far from unanimous. While some have expressed cautious support, others remain firmly opposed to his re-entry. Robert Downey Jr., himself no stranger to scandal and redemption, has reportedly offered quiet encouragement, saying through a source that everyone deserves a shot at redemption if they're willing to change. However, prominent voices like actress Jessica Chastain have taken a harder stance, emphasizing the importance of accountability in an industry striving for reform. Second chances must be earned, not demanded, she reportedly remarked in a recent interview. Fans, too, are divided. Supporters argue that Hammer deserves the opportunity to redeem himself, especially since he was not criminally charged. Cancel culture has gone too far, wrote one social media user, pointing to Hammer's therapy and public acknowledgement of his past mistakes as evidence of personal growth. However, detractors maintain that the severity of the allegations, including claims of non-consensual behavior, should preclude him from regaining his platform. This isn't about canceling him. It's about respecting the survivors, one critic countered. Hammer has attempted to address these criticisms head-on in recent interviews, describing the extensive therapy he's undergone and the work he's put into understanding the harm he caused. I was selfish and emotionally abusive, he admitted, adding that his actions stemmed from deep-seated pain he had never dealt with. Hammer also expressed concern for how his children might one day view his past. I'm well aware they might hate me when they grow up and learn about all this, he said, emphasizing his commitment to becoming a better person. While Hammer's approach to his comeback has been strategic, it has also sparked controversy. His candidness about his struggles has drawn some sympathy, but critics argue that discussing personal trauma risks overshadowing the experiences of his accusers. Public relations experts remain skeptical about the success of his return, noting that audience forgiveness often hinges on actions rather than words. Hollywood loves a redemption story, but it needs to feel earned, said PR specialist Howard Bragman. People want to see genuine accountability, not just a rebranding exercise. The entertainment industry is treading carefully as Armie Hammer attempts a comeback. Indie director Travis Mills, who cast Hammer in the independent Western frontier crucible, defended his decision, stating, "Armie has shown a willingness to confront his past, and I believe in giving people the chance to move forward. However, this cautious support from smaller projects hasn't extended to major studios. For now, Hammer remains absent from big-budget productions, with industry leaders wary of associating with someone whose reputation has been so heavily scrutinized. His return to prominence will likely depend on whether his new ventures resonate with audiences and critics, demonstrating both professional talent and personal growth. The hashtag #MeToo movement fundamentally altered Hollywood's approach to accountability and justice for survivors, reshaping expectations for those seeking redemption after public scandals. Hammer's attempted comeback highlights the ongoing tensions between holding people accountable and allowing space for potential rehabilitation. His case raises broader questions. Should someone who hasn't faced criminal convictions but is accused of serious misconduct be permitted to reclaim their place in the spotlight? If redemption is possible, what steps must be taken to earn it? Hammer's reemergence places the spotlight not just on him, but on an industry still grappling with these dilemmas. As Hollywood continues to navigate the balance between justice for survivors and the potential for second chances, Hammer's journey will be closely watched. It's a test case for how audiences, studios, and peers will respond to allegations, accountability, and the complicated process of forgiveness in the post-#MeToo era. Adding to the complexity is the role of social media in shaping public perception. Hammer supporters have used platforms like Twitter and Instagram to advocate for his return, sharing messages about forgiveness, growth, and the dangers of cancel culture. Meanwhile, critics have leveraged the same tools to amplify survivor voices and demand that the industry uphold its commitment to change. The digital discourse surrounding Hammer reflects the polarized nature of his story, with no clear consensus in sight. Public reactions to Armie Hammer's personal life have added complexity to the conversation about his attempted comeback. His ex-wife, Elizabeth Chambers, has largely avoided public commentary on his return, focusing instead on co-parenting their 2 children and rebuilding her own life. However, her past remarks about the pain caused by Hammer's behavior continue to resonate with many who view his return skeptically. In a 2021 interview, Chambers described the journey as a long road to healing, a sentiment that seems to apply equally to Hammer, his accusers, and those affected by his actions. As 2025 unfolds, Hammer's efforts to reestablish himself in Hollywood will likely serve as a case study for how the entertainment industry grapples with fame, scandal, and the possibility of redemption. His success or lack thereof will depend heavily on whether audiences believe his claims of personal growth and whether his actions reflect true accountability. New projects like the independent film frontier Crucible and the Armie Hammer Time podcast will face scrutiny, not just for their artistic merit, but for what they symbolize about his intentions and his journey toward transformation. Hammer's comeback also highlights broader challenges within Hollywood as it continues to navigate the post-#MeToo landscape. The question of whether someone accused of serious misconduct, though not convicted of a crime, should be allowed to reclaim a platform remains contentious. For Hammer, the stakes are high. His future in the industry hinges on convincing an audience increasingly focused on accountability and meaningful change. Whether he succeeds or fails will likely shape conversations about how Hollywood balances justice, redemption, and the expectations placed on public figures in the wake of controversy. Hammer's story is far from over. Whether it becomes a tale of redemption or a cautionary example of unearned forgiveness will depend on how he navigates the challenges ahead. For now, he remains a polarizing figure, embodying the ongoing tensions between accountability and the desire for second chances in a post-#MeToo world. For the latest updates on Armie Hammer's journey, Hollywood's evolving standards, and other breaking stories in the entertainment industry, subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more in-depth coverage of the narratives shaping the world of fame and accountability.